Hello everyone, welcome to my January bullet journal setup. Let's talk about the theme that I will do for this month. So I thought I should challenge myself and go extra than my usual setups. So the setup was inspired by the New Year traditions I grew up with. When I was a child, it was a tradition to wear polka dots during New Year's to increase the chances of good luck. Nowadays, we'll have round objects, for example, gold coins, which represent money and attracts wealth. Hence, the black and gold circles that I'm cutting out here. Another thing, I want my January setup to be a manifestation of how I want my year to be, and that is to be rich. Yes, you heard that right. Well, kidding aside, I want hopefully to be financially stable this year. But other than that, I also want to be rich in terms of opportunity, experience, network, and relationships. Going back to our setup, as you can see here, I cut out circles from black paper, which I made by tracing different sizes of coins. After that, I laid them out on the page and mix and match the cutouts according to my preference. Here, I don't really want to fill the whole page with cutouts because it might be too much. That's why I thought it's better to place them diagonally on the page. Then I used a black pen to write the title using cursive font. After that, I went over and thickened some parts to mimic the downstrokes of a brush pen. Then I took out this gold sticker and made small gold circles using a puncher. After that, I thought it was a better idea to include some drop shadows using a bronze gel pen, which, a little TMI, I ran out before finishing this portion. That's why I had to reschedule filming this setup. So after a few days and after buying some pens, let's continue setting up this spread. Unfortunately, I cannot find the same gel pen I used for the title page, but I saw this bronze metallic marker which is basically the same color but not a gel consistency. As you can see here, I decorated the insides of each black circle, making them look like ornaments. After that, I stuck the gold circles I made a while ago using the puncher. Moving on to my monthly calendar spread. So I took out the same black paper and cut out small boxes and stick them on the paper using white glue. Using a black marker, I wrote the title in the middle and went over to mimic the downstrokes of a brush, just like the method I used earlier on the title page. Then inside the cutouts I wrote the days of the week using a gold gel pen. Then below the monthly calendar are my goals for the month. Some of my goals for January are to return to content creation and be consistent with it. I also have some projects in mind and I hope I'll be able to start and conceptualize them. I also want to get back to intermittent fasting and eat healthier since for the past months I've been neglecting myself and stress eating. I'm currently at the heaviest I've ever been in my life and it's already affecting my daily life. And I want to change that. Going back, as you can see here, I used the same bronze metallic marker and create small circles where I will write the dates of the month. After that, I placed drop shadows on the titles, calendar, and goals using the same marker. Then to finish this spread, I placed gold circle stickers on both sides of the title to give it a little bit of sparkle. Moving on, as you can see here, I'm cutting out strips of black and gold paper. This spread is for my gratitude and reflections page. For every setup, I always have a minimal design on this section since I prioritize a lot of writing space rather than design. So, I first place a black strip at the very top and very bottom of the pages, followed by a thinner gold strip after the black one, leaving just a small gap in between. This spread is for me to be able to understand and handle my emotions better and also to improve my perspective on things in my life. Anyway, here I'm just taking a quick sip of my coffee since it's getting late when I was filming this setup, but I decided to finish this before I end the day. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm writing the title in the middle of the page with the same cursive calligraphy-like font. Then on each side, I place a black and gold small circle made using a puncher. This time, I use a gold metallic gel pen to put shadows since the letters are too close to each other and the tip of the bronze marker I used earlier is too big. Now let's move on to my trackers. So for my habit trackers, first I cut out a circle from the black paper and glued it in the center of the page. This is inspired by my habit trackers from the November setup, so if you haven't watched it, go ahead and check it out later. Anyway, using a black gel pen, I wrote the habits around the circle. Some of the things that I will track are workouts, skincare, vitamin intake, my YouTube, and Instagram. This is a great way to push and remind me to take good care of my body. And as for content creation, I'm tracking the times I've published a video or post in order to be consistent as part of my goals for the month. After that, below the habits, I loosely outline mini calendars where I will mark the days of I successfully did a habit. Then I take out the metallic bronze marker and wrote habit tracker on the black circle paper. Then I use the same marker to put drop shadows on the mini calendars. After that, I thought the format of the habits was looking a little bit dull, so I decided to draw some drop shadows using the bronze marker. Then I have this space on the sides of the page which I initially planned to use for extra habits I might come up this month, but I ended up filling it with a cutout of gold and black paper. I also used the bronze metallic marker to fill in some space with dots. Now on the other side of the spread is where I track my sleep, food, and intermittent fasting. I use a black marker to write the title at the topmost part of the page, then below it I loosely draw a big rectangle where I will graph my hours of sleep, mood level, and eating window for each day. Here I use the bronze metallic marker to put drop shadows. Finally, last but not the least, we're down to the first weekly setup of the month. So I'm rearranging these paper cutouts on the pages. After I'm satisfied with the spacing and arrangement, I started gluing each circle on the paper. Then I used the metallic bronze marker to write the days of the week on each circle, which goes slightly beyond the edge of the black paper, and I also have an extra one for next week's event. Then I scattered random cutouts on the blank spaces, and here I wrote week 1 on the top rightmost corner of the page in a cursive font. Then I went over it again to mimic the downstrokes of a brush. After that, I glued the remaining cutouts and we're done. I had so much fun making this setup, and it's very satisfying to be able to create just what I had envisioned in my mind. And here's the final flip through of my January bullet journal setup. If you reached this part of the video, thank you very much. I'm glad I decided to challenge myself for this one because I'm satisfied with how it turned out. Anyway, I hope you had fun as well. That's pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!